guys? Welcome back to 6 in 60, episode 22. Our show is 22 weeks old, and some of you have listened to 22 hours, almost a day's worth of me and Gerard babble under this banner. Got a very interesting episode for you today, but before we get to those wonderful facts about the path Gerard and I are going to take you on, I'm going to let you know about our sponsor. It's RoninVape.com. That's right, ladies and germs. This episode is brought to you by RoninVape.com. If you're 19 or older, pay attention to this ad. RoninVape.com is the finest in vaping juices. I don't really know if that's the term. I'm kind of guessing. Gerard has been posting some stuff on it on our Twitter, on our Instagram, on all sorts of stuff. So make sure you follow us on social media. You can get to all of it over at 6in60.net. This week's episode, Gerard sits down with me, your favorite hybrid panda, to talk about my comic book company, US Comics. We also reminisce about 5 years of podcasting under the banner of CGRcast. We talk about cool parents and how uncool they can fucking be. We talk about being super gay. That's when you pump up from regular gay and you bring it up an extra notch. We talk about dog fucking. Nothing to do with the gay thing. This dog fucking is totally different. It's bestiality. Pooping on a plane. Yeah, that's definitely a topic this week. We're kind of running out of things to talk about. Just kidding. You're listening to in the background Sell Out from Real Big Fish. It's the live cut. It's available on iTunes. Make sure you check out our sponsors, RoninVape.com, RoninVape.com. Make sure you check out my comic book company, ReadUSComics.com. And make sure you check us out, 6in60.net. You can use the numbers. You can spell it out. We got both. That's why it's a .net. It's more affordable. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe on iTunes. And I'm done jibber-jabbering. Let's go down memory lane and talk about the future right now on 6 in 60. That's right. That's how I talk. Fuck you.
Wow. I guess I never saw it from the perspective of people who don't matter.
Why so moody?
Why so moody?
You moody.
My fucking neck hurts. It's shitty. It's gloomy out. Gay people can now get married in all of America. It's bullshit. Fucking Confederate flag. Hate black people.
The
God,
Confederate flag went down.
So white.
The rainbow flag went up. There are rednecks that had heart attacks.
We're probably not going to go into this. Is probably going to be another segment for some other fucking stupid topic we're going to talk about. But did you see? Apparently, some guy dressed all in black and white at a fucking parade in like the UK had a flag up that he was mocking the ISIS flag, except
Correct.
all of the symbols looked like dicks.
All of your
but the
all
news
of your
channel,
segments are my Facebook feed from this week.
I know. Isn't it amazing?
I mean, but that would have
How
been
ironic.
That would have been a great add-on for the 25-minute segment we just did about gays and racists.
Yeah. Oh well. Fuck it.
It's
still the same week. It's so hard.
The worst.
I know.
What's so hard?
Life.
Tell me about Ronin, the new sponsor.
No, not right now.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't want to talk about Ronin.
What?
Right
all right,
now.
then you have to talk about the sand in your vagina. What's cooking?
The sand in my vagina?
Yeah, take me back. You got offered sweet, sweet pussy.
I did.
And you
I
said,
don't want to talk about that.
No, I got it wrong.
I don't want to talk about that. It'll get me in trouble.
She doesn't listen.
She doesn't.
Your dry balls are our business.
Thank God. I'm so glad. Like, okay.
You're not allowed to have that big of a smile and be like,
no, I'm just thinking about like how she doesn't listen, how a lot of her friends and family don't listen because of that first joke you and Ryan had about her fucking vagina in the first episode.
The joke?
That you're like, we're not saying that her vagina is like the Grand Canyon, but we're not saying it's small. And that got into like, funny enough, that situation. Okay, rewind all the way back because I'm babbling. The first episode of CGRcast, our previous podcast, we went into something, and I was talking about Jen, and you or Ryan said that her vagina is gigantic. It was a gigantic, funny fucking. It's not gigantic, in fact.
No, the joke was that she's like a baby person.
Yeah.
Your sister, who is
my
how old?
sister-in-law.
No, your sister.
That is 31.
Who's your younger sister?
My youngest? Oh, Kira. Yeah.
How old?
She is now 17.
We were recording CGRcast like 2 years ago.
No. Well, we stopped a year ago. We've been
So let's say
we've
at
been
best,
podcasting for almost 5 years, son.
amazing. So let's say at best Sierra's. How the fuck? I always fuck up her name. Did I say it right that time?
Kira. You
wanna
always
say
say
Sierra.
Sierra.
Like
She's
the
not
mist.
black.
She's the soda.
Confederate flag.
Good old Sierra Mist, your little sister, when she was like 13,
Yeah.
could share clothes with Jen.
She's
Who
okay.
Jen at the time was
took
41.
I took my little sister to see Inside Out the other day because I love that
Uh-huh.
movie. Jen gave me a bag of clothing for Kira to wear. Yeah, Kira's 17, Jen's 30. They share the same clothing. Huh.
And this has been going on for a minute.
Yeah.
So that was
So anyway,
the joke.
so you guys had the joke
The
that,
joke
but then
was
you
how
said something
not
about
true
Jen's
it is.
vagina,
Yes.
and apparently Jen's sister, for some odd reason, decided that she wanted to listen to my podcast, and got her panties in a twist, and didn't even confront me about it because it's my friend.
Jen, is your vagina huge?
Didn't even confront Jen about it. You posted something about Jen, like a mannequin or something, Gerard's mannequin girlfriend on Facebook or some and then she typed something in the Facebook, and then
You're
I
right.
found
The
out through
joke,
Jen
the joke was that Jen
Amy,
wasn't.
that
The
she
joke was that
pissed.
Jen wasn't even real.
That's what no, the joke really.
Is this episode 1?
It was like episode 1, Jen, or episode 2. The joke was about Jen's vagina being as big as a Grand Canyon. I swear to God, that was the fucking joke.
But why was she a mannequin?
But then
'Cause she
you
wasn't
got,
real.
and then I think there was another episode or something on Facebook about Jen being a mannequin. She doesn't exist.
Yes.
And then apparently that was just the final straw for her sister. And she's like, I'm unsubscribing. It's like, good. I don't talk to you.
I'm in so much trouble all the time.
I don't care. No, the funny thing about it is Jen, you would think, would be pissed off about it.
No, Jen
She's
knows
like,
us.
She's like, good. I don't care. Like,
Yeah, Jen knows us. Jen's entirely too smart to take most of these shenanigans
it's
seriously.
just, oh God. Yeah, that was funny. That was good times. Why did we go into that?
I
Because
literally
I have sand in
think
my vagina. That's what it
so
is.
much. Your vagina, tiny, but filled.
It is.
It's brimming with your vagina. Looks like when someone doesn't know how to pour
Yeah.
a beer, so it's all head. Only
Mm.
it's sand pouring out,
Mm.
almost like it's coming out of your fucking box,
Mm.
just pouring out. You were like butthurt on the phone all week.
I was.
The logo thing, you're like, fucking critical.
No, you know what? You know what?
And you fucking like a girl.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a little sexist, like a fucking broad.
Yeah.
You piece of shit.
Uh-huh.
We're like, didn't care about the compliment. I was like, I really like the paint strip one. You're like, no, bitch, you don't like the other,
No,
do
'cause
you?"
at that point I was just because that morning, shit happened at the house, and then I'm reading that text, and I was just like, I really don't have fucking time for this shit right now. So I just put my phone off to the side.
Are you aware how ironic it is texting someone at like 2 a.m. and then
I was
being like,
so fucking exhausted this
I
week.
understand
And
that.
I read that text, and yes, it was a compliment, and like, yeah, it is your comic book company, and yeah, you should have a
But
right
you're
to say.
gonna be a
But
part
I
of
was
it.
just being an asshole about it. I was just like, I don't like, because the thing is, I
You're
know
the
my
only- yeah.
limitations in
Uh-huh,
this, and
yeah.
I never. And I wanted to, I'm like, I just need to explain to him why those 2 other logos turned out well, and this one, for some odd reason, turned out like less than stellar. You know what I mean?
It wasn't even less than stellar. It was like little, honestly, like not to
It
get
was
too into
little
details,
bullshit.
It was like minute details. Like normally you put a clear scrim over the picture you're gonna digitally in essence
No, I don't.
trace. Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
I've sent you the original. I mean,
Mhm.
but again, here's the problem.
I went over
the original CGRcast logo.
Mhm.
That's how it was done, but you didn't do it.
I'm turning my head in confusion.
The
I'm
original
painting a word
CG
picture.
The original
Right?
CGRcast logo
Yeah.
were 3 anime style heads I drew of us.
Yes.
Then you trace them
Yes.
and you scan them.
Yes.
And then Jen helped digitize it.
Yeah.
So what Jen must have done,
Yeah.
because there was no background, it wasn't that she just erased it. Like if you look at the pest
Wait.
logos you did,
Yeah.
there you still see where it was erased.
Really?
There's digital like
all right,
scrub lines.
because here's
Normally what you do.
here's
Let me just
no,
say
no,
what
no,
I've
no, no,
seen
no,
you
no,
do.
no, 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 listen. Here's the problem.
You big ass vagina.
I was looking at it on my phone.
Uh-huh.
The background was completely black. I couldn't even see the logo. I looked at it on my work computer. I could see those digital. I was looking at it today. I could see those digital scribbles on my computer. I think it's because of my screen.
Maybe.
I can't see it.
Maybe. All
So
I'm saying
today
is
I was
this.
like,
let me say this.
hmm.
So now, from my point of view,
Yeah.
there have been times where I've sent you stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes digital, sometimes physical.
Yeah.
The us's you
Yeah.
traced once.
Yeah.
You did a digital version.
Oh,
of.
that's what you mean.
Those
Trace.
you put
yeah.
like a digital new page on it that was invisible. Then you drew, and then the only layer you kept was the top one you drew on. So like the original scanned image was no longer there.
Well,
So that's what I was anticipating. I was expecting you to throw a new layer on,
yeah.
invisible layer, trace over logo.
Well,
just keep new.
Well, what I
top.
did with this one is the way I've been doing it. That's a little too more complicated than what I actually do. With this one, the only variable that I didn't do was that I didn't.
Variable.
Thank you. That I didn't do was I didn't fucking print it out, trace over it, and then rescan it. What I did was I took the original,
the digital,
erased all the color and bullshit, just kept the black, and went over it digitally and made an erased background. So it was yeah.
So in the same way that I'll absolutely adhere to the
so
fact
it was
that
as if
I don't know your
scanned in a picture.
limitations,
Yeah.
But also if I
I'm not
knew
doing
that
this ever again.
I know if I knew that that's what you wanted,
Yeah.
I would have just
The other
made
thing
a
was,
fresh one.
Yeah.
That's just black and white.
Well, that's the thing. Like when
and
I
it
was
would have clearly been easier to do.
When I was doing it, as I was doing it, towards the end, I was like, you know what? I really wish this was a cleaner one to go over.
Which I would
so
have
then
happily
after
provided you with.
yeah, but after you text me and whatever we were talking, I was like, you know what? It is an unnecessary step. To be honest, like Jen was telling me, she was telling me, she's like, if you have the time and you know a little bit more, it is unnecessary to just print it, trace over it, and scan it, and then go over that digitally. She's like, I can help you if you want. And I'm just at the point where I just told her, no, I don't want, I want to do this on my own. It's just, call it the Gemini, call it stubbornness, call it being a dick. I want to do it
totally
my own
and
way.
I appreciate
even
that.
if it takes, because the problem, I also get easily pissed because I feel like a lot of people, and it's with other things too, not just with that. I feel like people expect so much out of me, and when I'm not able to deliver, I get fucking grumpy about it.
But you're the one that defines that inability to deliver.
Yeah.
Because again, not that
I don't like saying no.
I'm not
going
to be defensive about it at all, because it's not a situation that merits defense. With that being said, the conversation wasn't even do this for me.
I know. It was, hey, if you're bored.
Hey, if you're bored, because I know you like doing that.
I want to be able to
let me finish the whole statement, because this is important. This is important.
I know
why
what you
was,
said. I know what you said.
But also, there was no fucking timetable.
I know. You know what it is? When you sent it to me, I
You
think I did
love
it that
me.
night.
Yes.
I wanted to do it. And it's funny enough, I had a bunch of shit I wanted to do. But I always have in the back of my head, for some odd reason, I don't want to, you are one of the only friends.
Who's awesome. Got it. Check.
That I feel like.
Big wide dick.
I don't want to disappoint.
Good.
You know? And
good,
that being
but
good or
that's
that being
converse.
bad.
That's conversely behind
but
the
when
scenes.
you say, hey, if you're bored.
Yeah.
And I look at it, I'm like, this shouldn't be so bad. And then I start doing it. And then I do
like,
it.
This is a pain in the dick.
And then I'm like, this is a pain in the ass. It was a pain in the dick.
Here's the thing.
And then you're like, if it could have turned out like the other two. That's how I read it. I'm not saying that's how you said it or texted it. That's how I read it. If it would have turned out, why didn't it turn out like the U.S. comics or the 6 and 60? And then I'm like, well, because
you
it's not
cocksucker.
fucking horizontal lines or fucking font. It's just
See, here's
so
the thing, and here's
my problem.
And here's truly the thing where I'll allow you to at any point, abort from the project, which I know you won't because you don't want to disappoint me. With that being said, with this more than even the I've always again, just because people may not know it, I walked out of my own living room once when we were recording CGRcast because the episode sucked.
Yeah.
I absolutely have the highest of standards for this shit.
Yeah.
Which a huge part of Ryan's departure was based on months of work that you and I were doing independently of each other that we thought he was also doing. This isn't me shit talking.
Find out no.
He didn't want to do it this way.
The problem with that departure was that his heart wasn't in it, but he never voiced it to us. We only assumed because he was here every week or every other week or however our recording sessions were. I think they were 3 times a week at one point.
Yeah, and the big problem,
and that was becoming like a huge pain in the dick
for everyone involved. But
You were working crazy hours,
but
getting no sleep.
Here's my problem with all that stuff. And again, you and I do have a brotherly relationship.
Yeah.
So it's like I almost knew when I sent it. But with that being said, it's also like
That I was gonna say. Yeah.
well, we're also getting older.
Yeah.
So it's like what I do is I do push lines and I force people out of their safety zone because it's not my responsibility to ever determine your comfort level.
Yeah.
I have to know that.
Yeah.
And like even when I sent that, I was like, how can I word this that it'll be sensitive so he knows I appreciate it? And then it was like, well, no, I'm just gonna fucking say what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it don't matter.
And but
don't
it clearly
filter
did.
yourself.
Like you were very, of course not.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't really.
Your butthurtosity was
It was
alarming.
just. It was just a butt hurt day.
Totally.
It was just a wake up with butt hurt type of situation.
Which
and
is,
seeing that was just. It was just ill timing.
I mean, and it's really awkward for me too because a buddy of mine, Ellis, has been doing some side work for me just so I can see some of the characters come to life.
Yeah.
And he's tremendously talented. He has yet to produce a piece
That you like.
Not that I like them all. He hasn't done the characters yet. And it's like little things, like he's getting there, but like the costumes are very specific. So like what I have to do one day is I have to sit down with him and explain to him. It's like, listen, this is what has to happen. You have to sketch what you want to do, and then before you do anything else.
But the other thing, like you might have to realize, and you'll probably disagree with me on this, but like when someone goes to a tattoo artist and asks for, hey, I want a fucking pocket watch, I want it around this and this and this, and then you have set in your mind what you want it to look like, where you want it. And then the tattoo artist says, well, this type of lettering or design or whatever won't work on your skin or your body, or that placement won't work. Let me suggest this. A lot of people immediately like, well, no, this is what I wanted. I don't care if it doesn't work. Maybe you draw, but you're not.
That's an artist with a vision, though, and that's not the discrepancy. Because I do agree with you.
Yeah.
And there is the
there should be to a certain point when someone draws something like
that's
their rendition of
style.
whoever's artist, whoever's cape or whatever.
Here's the thing: what's Superman's classic costume?
It's the fucking blue and the fucking trunks and all that
blue,
shit.
red panties, yellow belt, the crest, the cape, the blue boots is a V insert.
Yeah.
So if you draw the boots,
but there's always
going to
be like even with the new 52, there's
but
always
think about
been,
it. But
yeah.
no, but that's a new costume.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't accept.
Right.
So if you draw Superman's boots with laces, you have to redo the boots.
Yeah.
That's truly
the
hardest part.
Okay.
Is that you get something you're like, this is great. Where's the mount for the antenna?
Yeah.
That picture of Pest, I love. I got that artist to do it for me. There's no antenna mount.
Yeah.
So like if
But what if they had
point
an
is I'm giving them
explanation from their point of view that
What's their
they're an artist
explanation? That they're going to completely change. Again, the equivalent is, well, Batman shouldn't have pointy ears. That's what you're talking about.
Okay.
And it doesn't feel that way because these characters haven't been around for very long yet.
Yeah.
That's not the point. The point is that they're just as important as Superman.
But
and Batman.
all these concepts of all the characters, John did, correct?
John and I collaborated.
Okay.
So yeah.
John drew.
No, I sketched out a lot of them. Yeah,
I don't know how far
your Pest design is mine.
Okay. I feel like it's something it's very unique, all of them, because it's something you and your brother came up with. So I feel like that is also going to be a big part in some other artists outside, not related, doesn't know you guys from a hole in the wall, and starts drawing it, and you immediately be like, well, no, maybe.
But again, what you're and I'm not saying that you're alone in this, but what you're describing is someone being like, well, in my head, it works better if they're Converse, not boots.
Yeah.
But there's a reason they're boots.
Yeah.
Nothing is just cause. There's not a piece of jewelry that's just cause. Effigy. Someone was drawing effigy with earrings. Effigy is our fire starter. The earrings would melt. Yeah, but I think it would look cool. It would look cool.
But no.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. And that's the...
Okay, as long as you got a valid reason, as long as it's
no
not like...
it's no different than the podcast.
Okay.
It's no different than the podcast in as much as like there's a vision, a goal, and Daredevil has horns on his head. Pest has antenna. The antennas need to be mounted to something. There's nothing I hate more in this world is that when costumes are like, just cause was?
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman's new costume is fucking dumb. She wouldn't be able to bend her wrist
Yeah.
if she has knives in there.
Yeah.
So, they magic?
Yeah.
Well, it's just a comic book. It's not just a comic book.
Yeah. It's something.
Not just a comic book to me. And that's what I think about Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
The shit that I design and we're gonna craft and move through. And the weird part is, dude, you're gonna have a totally different mindset when it starts being when your involvement gets heavier.
Yeah.
When you're like, oh, I think best friends should be like this and act like this, and then someone's like, great, what if they were an Irish midget?
Yeah.
Like, that's not what I said.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. Like when you guys announced the website, and and the 6 people involved, including you and John,
Correct.
It made me want to be like try and figure out, well, how the fuck, can I help to get involved? So then I started,
it's gonna
well,
be so
like
much.
maybe, like whatever. If I'm involved or not, it doesn't matter to me. I just want to
I
support
already told
it.
you what your acronym is, bitch.
Thank you. But like, I want to be able to help in any little way I
Totally.
can. I was even like, oh, well, you know what? If fucking the U.S. comics get so fucking big, I'll carry the fucking podcast myself and make it, hey, this week happened in episode in fucking issue, like a
Nice.
fucking weekly or monthly or whatever. Podcast review about
would be
a
fucking
comic
amazing.
about.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
basically, you would kind of get books on tape.
Which would be sweet.
That'd be a weird thing to do. But there's so many fucking
there
things.
is
I'll be a
truly so much
fucking
shit.
booth whore. I don't care. I'll just run
Oh,
up
you're
to
gonna be
people.
a booth
Hey,
whore.
why are you going to Marvel?
And
No, turn around.
And when you're
Turn
a
around.
booth whore, if you try to put laces on Pest's fucking tabbies,
I'll dress up like Pest, like that fucking
Oh, you're
guy
gonna.
that got
You can
hired
pull
by
that off.
Valiant.
yeah, the little bloodshot.
I'll fucking
I
do that.
call
I
him
don't care.
Bloodsport.
I'm gonna be on salary to dress up like fucking Pest. Fine,
Fuck
whatever,
yes.
whatever.
Make you do
I don't
costume
need to be a
changes during the day.
CFO, CTO, whatever. Fuck, I don't care.
Yeah, you get to possibly make money, as opposed to those fucking.
I'm like, good. I don't have to be
fucking
indicted.
idiots. Yeah,
Awesome,
all of us could get indicted, and we're making nothing for fucking 5 years.
awesome.
This is a money-losing adventure, rather. But I say all that to say this: you're a good egg.
That might be your catchphrase.
That isn't bad.
You're a good egg.
Ugh, that was creepy.
Think you'll be a cool dad?
Yeah,
How
I
cool?
want to try to be.
What's going to be the coolest thing you do? I'm not saying that it's going to override you being responsible. Duh. What I'm saying is, what do you think the coolest thing you're going to do is?
Dress up my son or daughter like video game like pair offs, so I could dress like with them. Like
What about when they're like,
like if I have a daughter and a son, I'm gonna dress them up like Diddy, Dixie Kong and I'll dress up like Donkey Kong.
boy or girl? My baby's first Halloween,
I'm gonna do shit like that.
I will be building a crib rocket ship,
Mm.
and that baby will be Kal-El. I'll be Jor-El, and then my wife will leave me. But
Good.
it'll be worth
And
it.
then I will come out of nowhere and kill you too, and kid will be a fucking orphan, and then
And
I'll
become
expose him to
Batman?
anthrax. Yeah. Well, yeah,
Why, Anthony, why are you killing my kid?
I don't know. Fuck him. Fuck your unborn child.
I'll tell you this. What my kid's going to do, he's going to grow up real close to your kid. And then when that kid has like a little sibling, he's going to fuck that little sibling.
That's fine. That's what you're gonna do to my fucking little sister anyway. So whatever.
I mean, I wouldn't be
That's why you
against
got close to
it.
me.
I'd wait at least
Piece of
until she
shit.
was 21 to get her drunk.
Nope. I'm gonna get her drunk on her 18th birthday. It's gonna be hilarious.
I just want, I swear
No,
to
I'm
God,
not. No, I'm
I
not. It's against
just-
the law.
I
I don't want to get in
just,
trouble.
when she's 21 and you get her drunk, I just want to set up cameras in that house because I feel like she acts like a stoner, and when I know she's sober,
Yeah.
her
She's
desire
funny.
just to be like, I'm locking you out. She is very charming.
She is. She has like I got the scraps of my own sense of humor for some reason. like
She got the steak. You're like, what the fuck happened?
she got my sense of humor, but
Better.
better. It's weird.
In Glendale, Arizona, the coolest parents ever, a 35-year-old woman and her husband, are facing criminal charges after throwing teenagers a party that involved weed, alcohol, a stripper pole, and punch and pie. According to local CBS News affiliate Garrett Sullivan and his wife Kendra, invited the impressionable kids over to the house to play drinking/stripping games and swim around on the living room's prized possessions. Photos of the parties have been spotted on Instagram. I think it's really sad, said one neighbor. We always smelled marijuana, and we told them time and time again. When told about the charges brought against the Sullivians, the neighbors admitted to being shocked but not surprised.
Yeah.
Garrett, meanwhile, faces charges of molestation. His wife, suddenly this got a lot less funny. Sorry I used this tone for my voice. His wife is looking at child abuse
Want to hear
charges.
something hilarious? Molestation.
Child abuse charges since she was aware of her husband's fondling of the teen.
Oh,
But
great.
didn't say
This
jack shit about it.
this
Fucking goddamn
This
it.
turned left. See, you had one about a water park. We started recording, and then you're like, and
Nope,
then this
terrorist
gas hit, and I'm like, you're like, what's ironic? I'm like, okay, fire at a water park. I'm like, all right, I'm with you. And then all of a sudden, horrible gas, and then you're like, wait, no, done. You're like, this
Delete
might
it.
have been a terrorist attack.
I didn't even finish the article.
I
I
had no
couldn't.
idea.
According to KWIF, Kindred told the police that the stripper pole was installed not to encourage nakedness, but for exercise purposes. I can't tell if I love or hate this family. There is a duty to keep children safe, said one police spokesman. In this case, the suspect failed to keep the child safe and failed to protect the children. In other Arizona house party news earlier this month, at a bar mitzvah, blowjob, what? The bar mitzvah blowjob lady in Scottsdale claimed she was given a date rape drug and completely unaware of her actions.
Wait,
Yeah, no, it's about to happen.
she's known
Pulling up
as
now.
the bar mitzvah blowjob lady?
Back in March, you might recall the story of Scottsdale bar mitzvah that took a lecherous turn after 33-year-old yoga instructor flashed her titties to a bunch of kids at the reception and then proceeded to blow one of them. Well, he is a man now.
My mistake is to listen to this shit. Smoke, vape, RoninVape.com. Yeah.
Now, Lindsay Radomowski is facing a total of 21 felon charges related to sexual conduct with a minor, sexual abuse, and indecent exposure. Her attorney has come forward with her side of the story. The suspect was slipped a drug containing Rufinol and said that she doesn't remember a thing. On Wednesday, the Arizona Republic reported that Romanski's attorney, Jacques Blackwell, said her client was given a date rape drug. However, the defense does not know exactly who at the bar mitzvah reception, which took place at the bar mitzvah boy's home, drugged her client. Though for what it's worth, the suspect did admit to being drunk at the party. A grand jury continued to deliberate Randowski's indictment, as she is currently out on a $10,000 bail and wearing an ankle bracelet. In other drunk blowjob news, back in April, an intoxicated woman in West Palm Beach, Florida, offered to suck a cop's dick after kicking him in the balls. She resisted arrest, kicked him in the balls, and then said, I'm sorry, I'll suck your dick, just don't take me to jail.
Oh my god. That parent story. You remember movie 43, right?
Yes.
And they were homeschooling their son.
Yes.
It was what's that fucking actor's name? His name kind of sounds like a woman's name too. I fucked if I remember. He
LaShonda
played
Rodriguez.
Sabretooth in the X-Men
Yes, I know who
movies.
you're talking about.
All right. But anyway, it was him
I
and
almost said
someone else.
Ian McKellen. That's wrong.
No. Loves the dick, in fact. Ian McKellen.
Ian McKellen had a very cute Facebook photo after it became
Good
legal.
for him. But movie 43, they're homeschooling their son, so they want to make it feel more like a high school.
Yep.
So his
I
mother
love
at
that
one
movie, by the
that
way.
movie's
Everyone
amazing.
can suck my fucking
Eh,
chub.
I got Jen to fall in love with that movie. Like, that movie is amazing. First off, it opens up with Hugh Jackman with balls on his
When
neck.
Hit Girl gets period blood everywhere, it's like, what do we do? I don't know.
And it was like a whole big man thing, and they watch a fucking right at the end. It's like a commercial for like some hot broad coming out of a pool,
God, I
and then
love it.
fucking like an eagle swoops down. It's like the most man thing. Oh, that movie was great.
is so stupid.
But they did stupid shit like that. Like, they threw a party. Their son came home, and they didn't invite him in because he wasn't the cool kid
He
in
was a
class.
nerd.
The mom was
the
coming on to her son and was like gonna bang him. And then the father was like, "Yeah, I think you totally should." Nice, so, along those lines. It was just very
it was wonderful.
awkward, very fucking hilarious.
Didn't the
Watch that
dad-
movie.
Did
Oh,
the
so
dad
good.
try to fuck him too?
Yeah, I think so. Like, oh, I'm gay, type of thing. I
What?
feel so close to you.
Oh.
Yeah, it was such a weird, fucking
That
fantastic movie.
rocks. I'm gonna say it. Terrible movies are sometimes great movies.
It is.
Fact. No, but that's fucked up that the kids started like diddling kids.
Yeah,
I didn't know that part. But
we didn't know that it
I
was
don't
going
know-
that far.
I don't know if I'm against, while being supervised, letting your kids drink before it's legal. Like,
All right, well, this is where, like, okay, in like France and other countries, kids are allowed to have a fucking glass of wine with their meal. Like, it's, I guess, their culture. You know, it's not like get pissed fucking drunk, but it's to culture the children and make them more rounded individuals. And it's not like they're getting shit crazy drunk. I remember when me and my brother were younger, not like super young, but maybe like 16 I was at like family
16 I was.
Family get-togethers like Easter, Christmas, whatever. I would be allowed to have like a half glass of red wine or whatever, you know.
Nice.
But it wasn't anything like fucking crazy. My mom, when me and my brother were growing up, I mean, my brother would smoke weed at the house. My mom, no, and she knew. All of his friends and all my friends would always want to hang out at our house because my mom was like, "Look,
Like
do
liberal,
whatever
yeah.
within reason, as long as you guys are safe." You know, it's cool. Now, my mom would maybe be looked at by a lot of fucking other people as, you know, like, why would you let your kids do that? Whatever, blah, blah, blah. But my mom's philosophy was like, look, they're not going out hurting people, getting hurt
I
themselves,
mean, here's the thing.
getting drunk,
kids are
driving.
Kids are gonna drink.
That was my mom's thing. Like, they're going to do that.
My mom used to very embarrassingly call the other kids' parents
Yeah.
and make sure it was cool.
Yeah.
Like, which is fucking crazy. Like, my mom was so
That's-
culpable.
That's why your mom and my mom, you know, she raised somewhat rounded individuals.
I
You know,
mean,
like,
I think we're pretty perfect.
yeah.
I don't use that.
That's
word
why I get
loosely,
along
but,
with
like,
your
I
mom
am
a
the
lot
best ever.
because she reminds me of my mom. Like, there's no other than one being Spanish and one being
You trying to smash my
not.
mom, bro?
No, there's
No, don't
there's
look at my
very
mom like
close
that.
similarities.
No, yeah, I think they're both tremendously liberal.
Yeah.
Like, which is always
But
surprising.
not
to me.
bleeding heart liberal. There's a fucking difference.
Not bleeding heart liberal.
Liberal.
You just like your bottom lip got drunk.
It did.
Not bleeding heart.
Oh.
Literally, you had a flashback to when your mom was like, "Yeah, you can have the Jack Daniels."
I was like,
Thanks,
"Oh,
Ma.
I got whiskey dick because of my mom. Wait, no, that sounded wrong.
I used to get really bad reverse whiskey dick, and like,
Oh
it
yeah,
was, it
no,
was
that's my problem.
amazing.
That's why I don't fucking drink like heavy
Enjoy the
anymore.
next couple years.
Because otherwise, I get
your
a
dick is
boner.
gonna backfire on you. One day, your dick is gonna be stuck
I always
in the
worry
up
like
position.
I get boners like it's almost on command.
What if it never goes down?
It's fine. Whatever.
You're like, I'll just get bigger pants.
No, you just either get parachute pants. I have to start investing in that shit. Janko jeans.
Back to
Gotta bring those
Jenkos.
back.
Yeah, well, nice.
Well, I never had Janko jeans. My parents, we'd go to Walmart, so it was always like the fucking like
Blanco jeans.
Blanco jeans.
Who'd you need to impress? You were homeschooled.
Yeah, that was
Your
the-
mom was like, I don't give a fuck what you wear.
My dad was trying to bang me. He was gay for some reason. It was weird. But
did you ever get
yeah,
in touch
no,
with your
like
dad
within reason.
for Father's Day?
Wait, what?
You ever get in touch with your dad for
I
Father's Day?
did. I did.
Did you give him a little hand gibbler?
I
as
did give him a
gift?
hand gibbler. I ordered him a bunch of fucking Detroit Red Wings shit. Because he likes the Detroit Red Wings.
Fair enough.
Whatever, But yeah.
Nice.
Did you ever get in touch with your dad? Oh,
I did. I had a seance. He's going to cause you to
I
crash
love
your car
you.
tonight.
Let's talk about that. Like, we included you with our family on Father's Day, and then I got into a terrible fight with my brother, and I'm texting you, trying to get advice.
Yeah, what happened?
It was just a really bad fucking like argument. It was,
Good story.
It was real.
Let's get into that. I don't want to talk about it.
I know. Eeyore.
Oh, no.
All right, settle. Action.
I'm gonna fuck you with my pecker.
Dude, that's really dirty. And
That's too dirty.
that offends me.
Penis?
Fine.
I'm gonna fuck you with my penis.
Want to hear about another piece of shit? Very piece of
I
shit.
feel like
heavy
all we
recording
talk
session
about
is people
are
we hate.
pieces of shit.
A Baltimore woman named Julie Baker recently received a nasty
Is
note.
she black?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
Recently received a nasty note from a neighbor in response to some innocent rainbow-colored jar lights she hung up in her yard.
Oh, that's awesome.
According to the riled-up neighbor,
Gay.
the jars were relentlessly gay. Here's the note.
Relentlessly gay?
Apparently, a dear resident of omitted avenue. Your yard is becoming underlined in bold lettering, relentlessly gay. Myself and others in this neighborhood ask that you tone it down. This is a Christian. I'm just saying, if you use the font, I'm going to read it that way.
Wow.
Area, and there are children. Keep it up, and
Fuck
I'll be forced to
you.
call the police on you! Exclamation point. Your kind need to have respect for God. A concerned homeowner. Now, before I read the rest of this
A
very
concerned
well-written article,
homeowner.
hey, piece of shit. What's that part in the Bible where Jesus was like, hey, don't be a cunt to
And
each
I
other?
love everyone.
Yeah.
As long as you're not a
Jesus-
dick.
Jesus was fucking so gay friendly. He hung out with a bunch of
Guess
dudes and
what?
one chick.
Guess what? Jesus, transgender. Boom. Caitlyn Christ.
No, boo. Put your hands
Boom.
down. Do not
Boom.
pose like that. God
Boom.
damn it.
Caitlyn Christ.
This fucking bored bigot had nothing
Yeah.
better to do than see some light up jars and be like, that's too gay. You know, this fucking writer is literally on the side sucking dick.
Yeah.
They just don't want attention brought to their fucking cum loving ways. Who wouldn't love a little cum? I mean, I don't, but I love delivering it. It's great.
Like a milkman.
There are so many fucking things gross about this note beyond the fact that leaving notes is the most passive aggressive form of venting anger known to man. I mean, be an adult, make a podcast.
Yeah.
There's this veiled reference to a mob of unseen offended others, quote unquote, that insist that insist that the yard falls within the territory of a Christian area. The fucking absurd threats of police action, and finally the dirty little phrase "your kind" thrown at the end to fucking prove that these people belong in a fucking 1920s hate ad. Thrown at the end, Christ on a bike. Which part of Love Thy Neighbor does this vile scribbler not fucking fathom? But thankfully, Baker would not be cowed and turned to the internet to address this insanity, all while clearly having fun with the situation. She did well by starting a GoFundMe page, and I gave money, relentlessly titled "Relentlessly Gay," where she pledged to use any money she raised to make her yard even fucking
That's amazing.
gayer.
It's not against the law. Do it up.
So I'm starting this fundraiser so I can work to make my home even more, quote unquote, relentlessly gay. If we go high enough, I'll see if I can get a rainbow roof.
You know, it'd be amazing if she got a rainbow, wacky flare arming tube man
Just
type
blowing
of thing.
another tube
But
man.
it's a dick.
It's just two
It's
tube
just a-
men with their legs split scissoring. Because my invisible, relentlessly gay rainbow dragon should live up there in style. Put simply, I'm a widow and the mother of 4 children, my youngest in high school, and I will not relent to hatred. Instead, I'll battle it with whimsy and beauty and laughter and love wrapped around my home, yard, and family. Thanks for your relentlessly gay support. I love this woman. Thanks in part to a friend who posted Baker's story and linked the fundraising page on actor and outspoken gay icon George Takei's Facebook page. The effort wound up raising $23,747 in one day, exceeding its $5,000 goal. And on Takei's Facebook page, non-financial support poured in as well, with many people offering to donate rainbow-colored yard decorations to the cause. Since Baker said if she could raise the funds, she may color the entire roof like a rainbow, one professional house painter responded that he'd Roy G. Biv the place for free.
Wow.
Despite the odious bigotry, her neighbor is a bit of an accidental wordsmith. Relentlessly gay is a great phrase and one that deserves to be reclaimed from the isolated, hateful context, something Baker is gleefully busy doing. What I like most about Baker's response is that we're currently in a cultural movement where certain groups, conservative cunholes, are trying to make the case that respecting their religious beliefs mean bending to their religious beliefs as a society. And she refuses to bend. The idea that an open society should shrink back from openness simply to avoid offending its least progressive elements is backwards and frankly insulting. It's the type of thinking that not long ago had us arguing about whether pizzerias should have to serve same-sex couples. Sorry, bigots, outside of Indonesia, there's no right to not serve gay people pizza. It would quickly be superseded by people's right to be free of the question, so where should we eat tonight? That pizza place that won't serve us because we're gay, or fucking Domino's? As a nation figuring out while back, though not long ago, that selectively denying people services based on their status as part of a minority is fucking wrong, and is much subtler but also important way bending the social pressures on the individual level and kowtowing to Stone Age sensitivities during everyday life is something no one should have to do any fucking more. So if your neighbors hate you for what you fucking are and what you're smart enough and proud enough to show up, man, fight fucking back. The internet will have your support. This podcast will have its support. Man, we take flack. No, the truth is, all bullshit and jokes aside, we take flack for fucking some of the words we choose to use.
Yeah.
We've always been very fucking clear. We're here for fucking righteous indignation. We fight the fucking good fight because it's the right fight to make. I'm against censoring comedy in the same fucking breath. I'm glad Caitlyn Jenner is so widely accepted. I don't fucking totally get it. I'll be totally honest. I'm a fucking moron. But that doesn't change the fact that I know for a fact.
But you don't disagree with her doing that?
Not. The fact that some asshole wrote a note trying to de-gayify her neighborhood and now is going to see a rainbow fucking roof makes me happy as a pig in very gay shit.
He should have just left it be.
Should have just shut his fucking
now
mouth.
Guess what,
and there would have been
motherfucker?
some nice jars of colored fucking water or whatever the fuck. I am stoked. It looks like the Power Rangers fucking moved in and with all their cousins of every color.
Man, I'm sorry, but she's not gay. She's divorced with 2 children.
She's a widow. I don't think it's important whether or not she was gay.
No, I'm just asking. She just whatever. She just had
honestly,
fucking rainbow.
You know what's awesome?
You wouldn't think that maybe she's just
awesome?
a female that likes colorful shit.
No one thought to ask. No one knows.
It's obviously a fucking neighbor that just doesn't give a shit.
Bro,
Just
I have a
cares
pair
about...
of pink Converse.
Yeah.
Does that make me a faggot?
No.
No. If someone wants to call me a faggot because of it, I'm going to fight for that whole sect of people.
Yeah.
Because I knew families that didn't want me fucking their daughters because I was a spick.
Yeah.
And guess what? I fucked them good and hard. I ruined some parents' bed sheets. Ruined them. The only time I pulled out in my life, I pulled the condom off, and I blew the load on some lovely linens. White
on
linens.
his or her pillows and towels.
Oh, yeah. Just like, oh, you biggity fucks. Now it has a nice little yellow strand
Good.
of where Charlie's
Fuck 'em.
babies died.
I never got that shit, man. But racism, homophobia, just all that shit. Just never got it.
It's a
Just
place
it doesn't.
of not understanding.
It doesn't. It just doesn't do. Like it doesn't. Some guy sucking a dick, some chick fucking a girl, you know, a black guy, an Asian, whatever. It doesn't matter. It
Asians.
doesn't. It. Them being who
Give me a
they
second.
are.
I'm thinking
okay.
about fucking an Asian.
All right, hold on.
That's just fucking. Oh yeah, yeah, your little speed bag titties.
Oh, me sucking your dick
no,
real
no,
good.
See, you've gone left.
No, but it doesn't. It doesn't harm me. It doesn't affect my life in any way.
All
for
it does
them
is make your
being
life better.
who they are.
Gerard,
It's who you are.
If Jen didn't exist, a bunch of gay guys getting to be openly gay means that we have less competition. And let's face it, all the gay guys I know dress better than me.
Yeah, they bring up property value. Who gives a shit? Better than a bunch of black people moving in. Am I right? High five.
No,
Damn it!
shaking
I have
out of
no
you.
idea what I'm talking about. Racism for life.
Fucking
No, but seriously,
You
though,
Irish
fight the good fight. Don't be a dick. They're not doing anything that harms you by sucking
Dude,
a dick
they
or,
were, and she
or
wasn't
fucking
even,
being black
she
or
wasn't even eating
Asian or
clams.
white or
She
whatever.
just put up some fucking colored jars.
That's all she did.
Ridiculous.
He literally doesn't get what people do to add a little bit more feng shui in their house. Like you're putting a new deck, hopefully. It's
Yes, sir.
going to be a rainbow colored deck. Not because you're gay, not because you like rainbows, just because you really like the Power Rangers.
It's morphin' time, baby. Tyrannosaurus.
Oh my god.
How much do you love your cat? Scale of 1 to 10.
Not fucking 11. I love my cat. I'll do anything for my cat.
Is
anything.
Jen ever jealous?
So fucking. Oh wait, we're not doing
Is
that
Jen,
anymore.
no. Is Jen
She's
ever
jealous that like
of
I
the
can.
attention you show the
Well,
cat?
no. She's jealous because she's allergic. She's jealous that she can't do, she can't do what I can do to my cat. Like sometimes I just take him, and I'm holding okay, let's say his head to
This
his
is
ass.
gonna get weird quick, isn't it?
Left to right, whatever. I'm holding him sideways, and I basically take my face and put it up against his body and just fucking run my face, just fluffy goodness, just left to right, just left to right, just basking
You
in my
white
cats.
folks are
But I
weird as
love
fuck.
my cat. I could squish his face. Jen gets puffy and shit.
The only person I know that loves cats that much is Doris. She's
Okay.
a cat lover. So the two of you should become best friends
Nah.
and just share cat stories because she has like 90.
Meh.
Oh, you?
I didn't tell you. I recently closed
You?
my doors. There's no more new friends
Oh,
or
fair enough.
associates coming. I was
To
telling
be
someone
fair, though,
yesterday.
you,
They're like, "Oh, we know someone that you totally get along
you,
with. They're
Doris,
fucked up in the head."
You, Doris, and Karen
Yeah.
could
Oh.
have a cat party, but your cats could have friends.
No, my cats.
You could rub your nose in all sorts of other.
I'm kind
cat
of
bellies.
overprotective. Like I don't want
All right, I
him.
was kidding. I just was fucking making fun of you cat worshippers. An Alabama man is facing animal cruelty charges after his wife allegedly discovered that he had been molesting her dogs as part of his sick revenge plot against her.
Wait.
Stay with me.
I know how I'm going to get back at her. I'm going to eat a dog's asshole.
Jonathan Edward Medley, 39, of Geneva, Alabama, shocker, it's Alabama, began sexually abusing his wife's male Shih Tzu, Buster, to get back at her for being a bitch or whatever. I love.
Wait, hold on.
This is.
I'm gonna fuck her dog because she's like a bitch or whatever. Was that
Is
literally?
the quote. This is the quote. Speaking to her and him, he was upset she paid more attention to the dog than him, and this was her baby. Well, that's all fucked up because he wanted to fuck our mind baby. Geneva Police Lieutenant Ricky Morgan told WTVY this was his way of causing her pain to fuck the dog. Morgan explained to the
that bitch.
Donovan
More
Eagle
peanut butter.
that Medley's wife initially thought he was cheating on her with another woman. So she set up a recording
That bitch,
device.
accurate.
Set up a recording device only to find he was having the worst affair of all, the non-consensual interspecies erotic kind. Buster was taken to a local vet for treatment for his injuries. While the police were initially unsure that the little fella was going to pull through, he's now doing super great, and he got to come.
It was a male dog.
That was a male dude. A male dude.
It couldn't even, at the very least, be a female dog.
I see. I don't. Why rape is rape, buddy.
No, but like
Neither one wanted it.
But why? Like, why did you're fucking a dog? At least make it if you're into women. Ugh,
My big problem
that's
is
disgusting. People are fucked up, man.
I'm amazed that the dog's doing okay, considering how easy it would be for a determined dog rapist to push a Shih Tzu's guts through its eye sockets. Shih Tzus are like this big. They're like the
Obviously the piece of shit is fucking not fucking well endowed in the fucking penis
so
department.
God is just. Tiny dick for
But a
dog
Shih
rapist.
Tzu?
Yep. Police
Any
arrested
animal.
Medley and charged him with misdemeanor animal cruelty, setting the bail at $535. If
That's
this
it?
seems like a bit lenient for such a depraved crime, it's because Alabama no longer has any laws against bestiality.
Wait, so you could technically fuck an animal in Alabama.
Oh yeah, totally fine.
So then
Boom, 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 boom,
Oh
boom,
my
boom, boom, boom.
did he make that dog squeal like a pig? Ugh.
Not to make this political,
Oh god, here we go.
in a totally unrelated news
flag.
story.
World Trade Center, government.
Alabama has numerous laws restricting women's access to abortion care services, including one that forces them to undergo bias counseling and then wait 48 hours before terminating a pregnancy. But if you want to fuck a Shih Tzu,
That's okay.
and you could rape a Shih Tzu for $535.
So for a small fee.
I mean, I hope this guy's still fucking. Obviously, I
my
want this guy to go to hell and go to jail.
Why is Alabama part of the United States?
I'm saying, like, can't we just kick him out? Can we vote them off the island?
It was like Survivor.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't see what the problem is.
United Survivor of America.
Oh.
Instead
We'd
of
have
states.
13 states.
You know what? The first state. Okay.
Jersey, you're fired.
No.
Fuck Jersey. How about this? We'll absorb Jersey. We're
no,
gonna take
I don't want that to
step
be
one.
part of New Jersey.
No, here's what we're gonna do. Step one.
Okay.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna take Patrice O'Neill, God rest his soul. We're gonna take his America layout. He broke us down to like 15 states, I think.
Okay.
So if you guys haven't heard that, Google it. Go to YouTube. Patrice O'Neill, Opie and Anthony, America.
I'm kicking out Detroit, Baltimore, all
we're
the
not-
black states.
All right. I would like to take this opportunity to say that the comedy you hear on 6 and 60 is respective.
That was CGRcast humor. So it's fine. That's not associated with 6
So
and
that
60.
was Ryan's fault.
That was Ryan.
You're racist, Ryan.
Yeah.
You can
All right, my
direct
name is Ryan. I
towards-
play terrible music,
Ryan
and I
Parisi
want to
on
hate
Facebook.
fuck everyone because I'm.
You can go to Twitter at Silent Generosity and tell them how you hate them, but you love us.
Okay, so 15 states. He broke it up. Do you know what those 15 states
No,
are?
man, you gotta listen.
Oh, you got to
give
Google.
him the ratings.
You got to Google.
God rest you, Patrice O'Neill. His wife
that-
has a Kickstarter that either finished or is still going.
Do a
For a
documentary
documentary
about
on
it. Yeah. I hope that comes through, man.
I threw a couple bucks in.
Did
a couple
you really?
bucks.
You do a lot of that Kickstarter shit. I look at them like, yeah, they're approaching their goal.
That's
I'll
because
get it when
very
it comes
soon.
out.
Oh, don't worry.
No,
I
I'll-
already ordered you a Read US Comics T-shirt. That'll be $10. Charge my friends. Take out your wallets.
whatever, man. It goes to a good
The
cause.
following people.
I want to frame. Can I frame that $10 and write on it like "Good luck"?
No, you can, but I'm gonna break the frame open and take that juicy $10
I'll
out.
add a little fucking hammer
Just in
to
case
it.
you're wondering, the following people are mandated to get US Comics T-shirts. Gerard Nolan.
Yeah, number
his
one.
lovely
That's right.
fiancée,
Recognize bitches.
Jen.
You're all just fake friends that Charlie is being nice to. Yeah, that's right. I'm
You
number
and
one.
Jen,
I'm
I
number one.
expect you-
Number
yes,
one.
number one. You'll be number one on the order. I'll give you the order list.
Okay.
You get to be number one.
Hooray.
And be like Gerard. Buy 2.
I'm buying 8. And then I'm burning
Are
them.
you? That's
Fuck
fine. That'll be
you.
$80, please.
That's what I never. Okay, hold on, real quick.
Protest where they buy the thing. To
Where
burn
they
it.
buy the thing and then they burn it, like the R. Kelly
I'm-
protest. I just bought the CD and I'm gonna burn the shit out of it.
I-
Dumb.
I really hope that like some church in Louisiana hates U.S. Comics. We'll take 5,000 copies so no one else gets to read it. Be like, bitch, we're on the internet. Ooh,
We're putting out digital
I'll
comics.
print that
bitch.
shit. I'll print that shit at
Well,
Staples.
fine. We're gonna order all of the digital comics and then we're gonna delete them.
Sold.
Fine.
Great. That'll be infinity.
They must pay the rent with their eyes.
Let's do it.
I thought.
Why'd you say it like that?
I thought.
It's like a weird lisp robot. Have you already
I
forgotten your train
am
of thought?
a robot. All right.
Boo.
British Airways flight to
Boo.
Dubai forced to return to London due to a smelly poo that stunk up the entire plane.
No, you're not allowed to bring that little energy into a plane got turned around
Mhm.
because of a deuce?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
A British Airways flight to Dubai on Thursday. I say Thursday. This was like, fucking, I don't have the date. This was a while ago. Had to turn around because the smell coming from the bathroom stunk too much. Now, I don't know exactly how planes work, but when they flush, don't they just like fall out of the plane, or don't they go into a big
No, I
tanker and then it gets sucked up when the plane gets
Do
landed?
you want me to find out?
You should find out. I want to know how that
Let's
works.
do this. You will have to talk
Okay.
though, so.
A British Airways plane had to return to London because of smelly toilet. The plane was scheduled to fly to Dubai. But someone caused such a stink in the plane's
Boo.
toilet.
Who wrote this? Who
I
wrote
don't-
this article?
Metro.
Metro, you stink.
It says Metro. Yeah. Stink in the toilet. That it had to return to London's Heathrow Airport.
In the belly of a plane under
I
a
figured.
cargo hold is a massive tank where all the waste is stored. Vacuum pumps suck the contents into this tank while on the ground, and vacuum pressure sucks it during the flight. It is accessible through the cabin, however, one wouldn't want to access it because there's poop. Behind the rear galley panels and carts of commercial airliners, a compartment with avionics and levers for the lavatory system. There's also a sensor in it in the tanks that tells the crew when the tank is full of poop. When the tanks are full, it also tells the vacuum pumps not to flush the toilet anymore. When the plane is on the ground crews pull up a cart to the rear of the plane. They hook a massive hose to the overflow valve. They pull a lever, and voila! The waste empties from the plane. Yes, they do clean the tanks. That blue juice you see when you flush is also what's rinsed through the tank. On the ground, the crews will usually flush up to about 10 gallons of the cleaner, and it will drain back out. Once the plane is serviced, the crew takes the cart and the waste to a dedicated area of the airport. They will then pump the contents into the cart from the cart into the city's sewer system. So that means poop from around the world winds up in whatever city it gets full in. So that poop smelled so bad, it fucking went back through the vacuum tubes into nostrils. That guy shit on the sides hard.
A local British politician on board, Abhishek Zakdev.
Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah. Tweeted that the plane had to turn back because of a smelly poo in the toilet. However, Mr. Sakdev said he was not the culprit. or the poopatrator?
Boo.
Boo. Okay, I've taken some smelly shit in my life.
What's the worst? What was the worst side effect from pooping?
Come on, like you have to be really, really sick.
I want to know. Don't hide from yourself. You pooped at some point,
Yeah.
and it caused mass hysteria. When, where, why? Do you remember what the poo
I've
was
never
comprised
had a
of?
poo that bad, and if I've had like stomach problems, it's usually at work. And fuck it, I don't care about stinking up that fucking bathroom. But if I flush twice just because I'm a considerate person.
You're a mid-deuce flusher?
Oh yeah, not even mid-deuce.
Do you
I do
ever
the first plop, I flush it, get rid of that shit, and then I go again. Then I wait, and then I'll get the then cleanup time, and then I'll flush again, and then that's it. I'll use an air freshener or a match. I'll clean up my hands. I'll take care of everything. I've been sick, like everyone's had fucking diarrhea or
Again,
whatever.
I can just tell
I can't remember a time
way-
where it smelt so fucking vile.
The way you're telling this story leads me to believe that you can remember. You seem like someone who's on the stand for like a murder trial, and you're like, yeah, I've had smelly poops, but of course it was never.
I can't think of a
have you
time that I've
ever
had a
pooped-
really
Have you ever pooped and it has offended you?
no.
Have you ever pooped and you just been like,
No.
oh God, what's that? Like, what did I eat? You've never asked yourself?
No.
Well, never?
No, I've never had a moment like that. I mean, I've had moments where my stomach was so fucked up that I was in and out of the bathroom every
And never
fucking
once,
10
you've
minutes.
never like been sick, so
Yeah.
you've pooped, but then you had to vomit, so you had to smell your own fucking poop
No, because
trails?
if I've had like when my mom would call it swamp gas. Is when that was just her way of calling it the flu, or you'd be shitting and throwing up, just so fucking sick. Actually, right after you and I went out for fucking Christmas dinner or whatever, or it was the next day.
remember you didn't
Yeah,
feel
I
well.
got really fucking sick. It must have been food poisoning or something. But I was literally, I'd go in the bathroom, throw up, and then have to take a shit. And I was doing that for at least 9 fucking hours. Every fucking half an hour, I was in there shitting. And it wasn't even like the smell. It was just coming out. And it was just, at that point, it was just, like, it was odorless, just nothingness coming out. It was the weirdest fucking thing.
Call
But if-
Jen. I don't believe you. Just kidding.
I'm not calling her. Hey, Jen.
Yeah, Jen. When was the last time I made you sick? When was the last time you
I
smelled
mean, I've
one of
had
my
smelly
poop residues?
but,
And
like,
see,
not
you're already,
that bad.
You're like, dude, that means it has been that bad. Listen to the way you're answering. You have now gone back on your initial thesis
No,
statement.
I've had
of-
smelly shit, but not like to the point where it's offended me.
Sir, I don't believe you.
Oh my
I
God.
believe that in your
I did
recent-
not help those guys get out of the jail. All right, I was just sucking them off.
I believe that you absolutely have pooped to the point where you've said, Jesus Christ, what did I eat? And I believe you've pooped to the point where someone has
No.
told you, you stinky bottomed girl.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just immune to my own shit.
No,
I don't
everyone
know.
claims they are. My brother took a shit once that peeled the wallpaper off of my bedroom
No,
wall.
I can remember a time specifically with my fucking uncle. We were putting. He's a contractor. We were putting down a floor, and he farted, and legitimately it fucking stunk up like a 3,000 square foot room for like at least an hour. It was the most vile, disgusting
Sir,
thing.
recently in
I've never had that though.
Recently in my
I mean,
office.
I might have. Maybe I fucking blacked out and I don't remember.
That's probably what
You
happened.
know?
Those 2 birthdays you lost because it was so
Yeah.
bad. I was my job is set up like a campus. There's
Yeah.
a big like phone floor,
We were literally talking. Dick
and there's
fart
this
jokes right
little old woman walking ahead of me,
now. Yeah.
and she rips a fart
Oh god.
that sounded as juicy as it smelled. If she didn't shit her pants, bro, I'm not beautiful and Latino. Facts.
But you are beautiful and Latino.
I know. That's how I know she almost pooped her pants. And I also I'm gonna take a poll when I see your family tomorrow. I'm gonna be like, Jen.
You ask them. I mean,
gonna pull a-
maybe there was a time. I mean, but they're gonna tell you every time Gerard takes a shit, it's vile and disgusting.
No,
So
sir.
that doesn't fucking
They'll
count.
know what I mean. This is a bond that can only be shared from people who have smelt what they did not dealt.
We incorporated you in the movies tomorrow. because
I'm beautiful and
I'm
delicious.
trying to get your mind off of sad day that it will be. Because we
Whatever,
love
bro.
you. Now I'm immediately regretting this.
This
decision.
is a horrible idea. Pooh conversation runs wild at Jurassic World. That's it, jerk and jerkettes. That's episode 22 of 6 in 60. Again, show some love to our sponsors, RoninVape.com, ReadUSComics.com, and shoot over to iTunes and rate, comment, and subscribe. Even if you fucking hate us, it'll help keep us going. And let's be honest, indie open market shit is necessary. I'm just going to play the Real Big Fish song one more time. It's Sell Out, the live version, available now on iTunes. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Or at least you'll hear from us. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Nooch!
Well, I know you can work in fast food all your life, but don't sign that paper tonight. She said, but it's too late. And I don't remember what I read, don't remember what they said. Guess it doesn't matter. Guess it doesn't matter anymore. 'Cause you're gonna go to the record store. You're gonna give them all your money. Radio plays what they want you to hear. Tell me it's cool, I just don't believe it. Sell out with me, oh yeah, sell out with me tonight. Record company's gonna give me lots of money and everything's gonna be alright. No more flipping burgers, put it on my silly hat. You know I don't want that no more. And I didn't ask when we get paid. Quit my day job anyway. Guess it doesn't matter. Guess it doesn't matter anymore. 'Cause you're gonna go to the record store. You're gonna give them all your money. Radio plays what they want you to hear. Tell me it's cool, I just don't believe it. Sell out with me, oh yeah, sell out with me tonight. Record company's gonna give me lots of money and everything's gonna be and I don't think it'll be so bad. And I know it won't be so bad. 'Cause the man said that's the way it is. And the man said it don't get better than this. No, no, no. So I signed on to the record company. They said they're gonna give me lots of money if I play what they want you to hear. Tell me it's cool, and I sure believe it. Sell out with me, oh yeah, sell out with me tonight. Record company's gonna give me lots of money and everything's gonna be alright. Alright, yeah, yeah. Record company's gonna make everything alright. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright, gonna be alright, alright. Baby, don't you sign that paper tonight, she said, but I can't work in fast food all my life. Thank you. Thank you, we're the Real Big Fish. We're the Real Big Fish, thank you. just kicked your ass. Ugh. Good night.